back in around 1 month. It's from 3 weeks to 5 weeks. If you tell her to come back in 1 month, it's pretty reasonable and enough time for the skin to regenerate. Similar or even the same steps as for the treatment, for the first time treatment, you disinfect the skin, you remove any makeup left, and then you analyze the shape. Check if there are any spaces without the pigment. If your client, maybe she wants them thicker or longer, or the color could be more intense. So here we can immediately put the anesthetic cream and hold it for 10-15 minutes. You don't need to worry anymore about the drawing, because here we will just correct any imperfections. But you can also draw with your pencil if you really want to change the shape a lot, or you can just mark on the skin any places you want to correct so that you don't forget it. After the defined time of waiting for the cream to work, we will remove it. Normally it's around 10-15 minutes. It's the best when the skin is dry, so try to remove the cream very well. You can tap the eyebrows with a napkin, with a paper napkin, to absorb any residue of the cream left. So as you can see, I really rub very well in between the hair, so there is nothing left. And we start with the first eyebrow. Yes, it doesn't matter what side you start with. Actually, the steps will be all the same. However, you might need to redo only those places where there is not enough of the pigment, of the color. So some spaces which are lighter than the rest of the eyebrow, you want to fill them in. Or if both you and your client decide that the whole eyebrow is too light, or maybe she wants to change the warmth of the color, maybe they were too cold, they were grayish, so you can add a warmer color, warmer brown, or other way around. So in that case, you will want to repeat the shading on the whole eyebrow. Otherwise, you just fill in the places which are lighter, and in case you need to make them longer or thicker, you will add that as well. Now that you've finished with the first pass, clean the skin very well, that there is no pigment residue. And check those places which you tried to fill in, if now the intensity is good enough, or do you need to do another round. If you need to do another round, you put the cream, the anesthetic cream, on that eyebrow again, and you go to the next eyebrow. So basically, the principle is exactly the same as for the first sitting. Now clean the second eyebrow well and continue the work. While the first eyebrow is covered in the anesthetic cream, we continue to work on the second eyebrow. Again, if you see any spaces which are less intensive, you will fill them in. In case you want the whole eyebrow to be more intensive, you will do more passes on the entire eyebrow. Don't forget to stretch the skin properly in order to implant the pigment as evenly as possible. And again, the final steps, I will tweeze out unnecessary hairs. This you could have done in the beginning of the treatment as well, but I preferred to really do the touch-up first to see what hairs exactly are unnecessary. So here I'm stretching the skin well so that it hurts less. And you will ask your client again to look in the mirror and to tell you if she sees any difference, if she would like to maybe add something more. And like this, we will finalize the treatment. So you can tell your client again what to do, what not to do, the aftercare instructions, and you can suggest her to come back in around 1 year to do a yearly touch-up.